Good evening, and welcome back to Footnotes and Folly. Volume 9, Sonnets 146 to 154, the short final stretch, which closes the whole collection. These last poems still belong to the dark lady, so she stands, but they widen out. There is the one purely religious sonnet, the soul set against the body, the famous my love is as a fever, a last, clear-eyed reckoning of mutual lying, and then two strange little myths of Cupid and a healing spring, where the book quietly comes to rest. After tonight, the sonnets are complete.
Poor soul, the center of my sinful earth, hemmed in by the rebel powers that array you, why do you pine within, and suffer want, while painting your outer walls, so costly and gay? Why on so short a lease, do you spend so much on your fading mansion? Shall worms, the inheritors of all the success, eat up the wealth you hoarded? Is this your body's end? Then, soul, live upon your servant's loss, and let that body pine to swell your store. Buy divine, eternal hours by selling worthless dross, be fed within, and no longer rich without. So you shall feed on death, the thing that feeds on men, and once death is dead, there is no more dying then.
The one purely religious poem in the whole collection, a sudden turn from the bedroom to the soul. Salve the body, feed the spirit, and you will outlive death itself. After 145 sonnets of earthly love and lust, it lands like a man waking in a cold church. Its second line was damaged in the 1609 printing. Editors fill the gap.
My love is like a fever, still longing for the very thing that keeps the illness alive, feeding on whatever preserves the disease to satisfy a sick and uncertain appetite. My reason, the physician to my love, angry that I do not follow his prescriptions, has abandoned me, and I now find in desperation that desire which medicine refused is death. I am past cure now, since reason is past caring, and frantic, mad with an ever-restless unrest. My thoughts and my speech are madmen's, randomly uttered, and far from any truth. For I have sworn that you are fair and thought you bright, who are as black as hell and as dark as night.
Love written as a sickness the patient refuses to be cured of. Reason, the doctor, gives up and walks out, and the lover goes frantic mad. The final couplet is the cruelest he ever aims at her, black as hell, as dark as night, the adoration souring, at last, into something near hatred.
O me, what eyes has love put into my head, which bear no correspondence with true sight? Or if they do, where has my judgment fled, that it condemns falsely what they see aright? If the thing my false eyes dote on is truly beautiful, what does it mean that the whole world says it is not? But if it is not beautiful, then love makes plain that love's eye is not as true as other men's. How can it be? Oh, how can love's eye be true when it is so vexed with sleepless watching and with tears? No wonder then that I mistake what I see. The sun itself cannot see until the sky has cleared. O cunning love, with tears you keep me blind, so that my eyes, seeing clearly, should not find out your foul faults.
He can no longer trust his own eyes and decides that love keeps them deliberately blurred with tears, so he will not see her faults clearly. Self-deception examined so closely that it becomes a strange kind of clarity.
Can you, O cruel one, say that I do not love you when taking your side? I take part against my own self. Do I not think of you when I forget my own self completely, all for your sake, you tyrant? Who that hates you do I call my friend? On whom that you frown upon do I fawn? No, if you so much as scowl at me, do I not take my revenge upon myself with groans that very moment? What worth in myself do I respect so highly that it would be too proud to serve you, when all my best worships your every defect, commanded by the mere movement of your eyes? Let love hate on, for now I know your mind. You love those who can see, and I am blind.
He lists every way he has betrayed himself for her, taken her side against himself, turned on his own friends to please her, and still she says he does not love her. The last line is bleak. You love men who can see clearly, and I have blinded myself for you.
Oh, from what power do you draw this powerful sway, to rule my heart with your very inadequacy, to make me give the lie to my own true sight, and swear that brightness does not grace the day? Where did you get this skill at making bad things lovely, so that, in the very refuse of your deeds, there is such strength and certainty of skill that, in my mind, your worst surpasses all others' best? Who taught you how to make me love you more, the more I hear and see just cause to hate? Although I love what other men abhor, you ought not with them to abhor my state. If your unworthiness has raised love in me, then I am all the more worthy to be loved by you.
He marvels, almost helplessly, at her power to make him love her precisely for her faults. It is the logic of addiction stated as a riddle. The worse she is, the more he wants her, and he turns even that into a claim on her affection.
Love is too young to know what conscience is, and yet who does not know that conscience is born of love? Then, gentle cheat, do not press my faults too hard in case you prove guilty of my offenses too. For by betraying me, I betray my nobler part to the gross treason of my baser body. My soul tells my body that he may triumph in love, and the flesh waits for no further reason, but rising at the sound of your name, points you out as its prize. Proud of this swelling pride, he is content to be your poor servant, to stand up in your affairs, and to fall by your side. It is no lack of conscience to call her my love, for whose dear love I rise and fall.
The bawdiest poem in the book, a frank, punning confession of plain physical desire, in which conscience and the body's rising and falling do all the double duty you would expect. After the spiritual heights of 146, he is firmly, almost cheerfully, back in the flesh.
In loving you, you know that I am forsworn, but you are twice forsworn in swearing love to me, breaking your marriage vow, and then breaking a new faith too, vowing new hatred after new love sworn. But why should I accuse you of breaking 2 oaths when I break 20? I am the most forsworn of all, for all my vows are oaths only meant to misuse you, and all my honest faith in you is lost. For I have sworn deep oaths to your deep kindness, oaths of your love, your truth, your constancy, and to give light to you I gave my own eyes blindness, or made them swear against the very thing they see. For I have sworn that you are beautiful, the more perjured I to swear so loud a lie against the truth.
The last of the Dark Lady poems, and a final, exhausted accounting of mutual perjury. She is twice forsworn, but he admits, is forsworn 20 times over for swearing she is beautiful and true when he knows she is neither. The affair ends not in heartbreak but in a shared, clear-eyed verdict of dishonesty.
Cupid laid down his burning torch beside him and fell asleep. A maid of Diana seized her chance and quickly plunged his love, kindling fire into a cold fountain in the valley nearby, which borrowed from that holy fire of love a lasting, living heat, still burning to this day, and grew into a seething bath, which men still find a sovereign cure for strange diseases. But at my mistress's eye love's torch was newly lit. The boy, to test it, would touch my breast with it. I, made sick by this, longed for the help of the bath, and hurried there, a sad and feverish guest, but found no cure. The bath that could help me lies where Cupid found his new fire in my mistress's eyes.
An odd mythological postscript: Cupid's torch, a nymph of Diana, and a hot spring, most likely the spa at Bath that cures every disease except love. After everything, the only fire that can cure him is the very fire that burned him, her eyes.
The little love god, lying once asleep, laid down beside him his hard and flaming torch, while many nymphs who had vowed to keep a chaste life came tripping by. But in her virgin hand the fairest of these worshippers took up that fire which legions of true hearts had warmed, and so the general of all hot desire was, as he slept, disarmed by a virgin's hand. He quenched the torch in a cool well nearby, which took from love's fire a perpetual heat, and grew into a bath and a healing remedy for diseased men. But I, my mistress's slave, came there for a cure, and this is what I proved by it. Love's fire heats water, but water cannot cool love.
The twin of 153, retelling the same little fable and the very last poem in the book. Its closing line is the whole sequence's final word: love's fire heats water, but water cannot cool love. Nothing puts it out. After 154 poems of worship, betrayal, lust, and grief, that is exactly where Shakespeare leaves us. And so, after 9 volumes, the sonnets are complete. 154 poems, 2 beloveds, and 1 extraordinary mind turning every shade of love over in its hands, the procreation sermons of the opening, the famous immortality boasts, the rival poet, the long farewell to the fair youth, and then the darker country of the dark lady, all lust, self-deception, and shared lying, ending in 2 slight myths and a single unbeatable line: love's fire heats water, water cools not love. Taken together they are the most honest map of the human heart anyone has drawn in English: the worship and the wound, the flattery and the contempt, often in the very same poem. We have read them 400 years on, in plain modern English. I hope they were the better for the daylight, and no worse for my interruptions. From here, Footnotes and Folly turns to Shakespeare's longer poems, and then to the plays. What to read next? Venus and Adonis. Until then, mind the footnotes, and thank you for sitting through all 154. In short, Sonnet 146, the one religious poem, the soul set against the dying body. Sonnet 147, my love is as a fever, love as an illness the patient won't cure. Sonnet 152, the final reckoning, a shared verdict of mutual perjury. Sonnets 153-154, the closing, Cupid myths and a healing spring. The sonnets end, love's fire heats water, water cools not love, the complete 154 done.